This is the prize table one.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think of what to say. You know, there's nothing I can say here either way that is not going to just piss everybody off. All right, I'm just going to fucking wing it. All right. Hey guys, Mike with Long Range with the Lilies. Here to talk to you guys about a subject that's kind of been on my mind for a while. I've been kind of back and forth on whether I should talk about this or not. It's fairly controversial, fairly hot button, and I'm sure that no matter which way I go with this, somebody's going to like it, somebody's going to hate it. That's just the nature of the beast, and I really don't care. So what we're going to talk about today is prize tables and what's wrong with them. So prize tables at precision rifle matches, it seems like has become just this hotter and hotter topic about like what's right, what's wrong, how things should be done. Everybody's got an opinion on it. It should be handled this way. And I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I've seen lately, that I've seen a lot of people talking about either in person or online. And what I want to start with is the proper way to walk a prize table, or if you should walk a prize table. And I'm going to go ahead and jump to the conclusion, and that is there isn't a right or wrong way, and nobody should tell you whether you should or should not take something off the prize table. So my personal philosophy on prize tables is if it's something that I'm going to use all the time or that I've always wanted, I'm going to walk the prize table and I'm going to get that prize. A good example is earlier this year at the MDT Steel match. Jake Vibert runs it. It's one of the bigger NRL matches. It's one of the bigger matches on the West Coast. It's a great match. You guys should check it out. I was going to walk the prize table, and there was this Pelican case on the prize table. It's not usually something that you see, and I'm not talking a rifle case. It's just a big square like travel Pelican case, almost like a suitcase. And I was like, man, that would be perfect for like throwing my match bag and my ammo and flying across the country in. Man, I'm gonna walk the prize table. If that's there, I'm gonna take it. And I did, and I've used it a ton this year, both professionally at work and on personal travel, and it's worked out really great. I'm super happy that I got that, and I'm really glad that that company supported that match. And then, you know, the other end of that spectrum is if it's something that I've like always wanted, like I've seen some beautiful, fantastic rifles at matches, and I haven't placed well enough to take any of them home yet. But you better believe that if I ever win a match and there's some beautiful rifle up there, I'm going to pick that rifle. I may never even shoot that rifle, but that rifle is going to symbolize to me winning that match. Then yeah, like I'm gonna walk the prize table. I've shot a ton of matches this year from all over, from as far west as you can go to as far east as you can go in all the leagues that precision rifle competes in, with the exception of 22. And you know, of all those matches that I've shot this year, which has been a ton, I've been so blessed this year to be able to shoot. You know, thank God COVID restrictions eased up and everything else. I think I've only walked like 3, maybe 4 times at all those matches this year. You know, and my reasoning for that is my own. Like, I don't say that so that people are like, oh, Mike's a great guy, he gives away his prize table walks. You know, nobody cares. I do it because it makes me feel good. It's my way of giving back to the community that's given me so much. I genuinely love this community, and if I can help out somebody who didn't place as well as I did and make their day, I've given a lot to ROs. There's one grumpy RO in particular that I gave my walk to at down in Utah that, you know, it made me feel good just to bring a smile to that grumpy guy's face. Anyway, that's my choice. That's how I do things. And I don't think that anybody is in a position to dictate to anybody else whether they should or should not walk a prize table. So what I'm alluding to here is I've seen a lot of pro shooters take a lot of heat online and social media lately for shooting well at matches, taking a nice rifle off the prize table, or some other expensive optic or something really nice that they're not going to use. Either they're sponsored by somebody else, or they're not going to use it, so they take it off the prize table. And most of the time they're either giving it to friends or they're selling it. So I've seen a lot of people really bag on those guys. Oh, you shouldn't do that. That's disingenuous. That's when sponsors gave that away to a prize table. You were not the person that they were wanting to give that to. They're wanting that to go to somebody who's going to need it and use it. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's fair to the pro shooter. Who are you to judge what that guy has spent or sacrificed or given up to put himself in a position to shoot well enough to win that prize? As far as like money expended, generally those guys that exist at the top of this sport have spent a ton of money and time getting themselves into that position. And if that's how they recoup their expenses, then, so be it. That's on them. I also don't think it's fair to paint sponsors in the light that they're so naive and they're so just out of it that they don't realize when they donate a $5,000 rifle to the prize table that it's not going to go to the guy in 50th place. I mean, unless a sponsor dictates to a match director, hey, I want this rifle to go to this specific position, or give it to the guy with the worst rifle in the field, or or whatever, it's not going to happen, guys. It's going to go to the guys that come in the top couple places. That's just the way the world works. And I think to sit there and say that sponsors think of and view it a bit any other way is wrong. And I've seen pro shooters that I know have given away far more than they've ever taken take heat for this. It brings to mind the whole let he who is without sin cast the first stone kind of thing. And I just don't think that anybody should judge anybody on how they walk a prize table based off a position that they've earned. I think it's super easy to sit back and apply your morals and how you view things on other people, but I just don't think it's fair. Opinions vary about that. That's just mine. I think that when you boil it all down, when you just get down to the base level, and we're talking like outside precision rifle shooting now, I think we would all be just so much better off in America if you took the attitude of you do you and I'll do me and we'll be good. But that's just not the way we are right now. Everybody's attacking everybody and just, everybody just wants to drag everybody through the mud or point out how somebody else is wrong. And I think that that's not who our community needs to be. Just my opinion. So the second part I want to talk about with prize tables is how prize tables exist. So I don't think a lot of people understand where prize tables come from. So prize tables exist generally because match directors, either they're pro shooters with sponsors and they reach out to their sponsors and they use their industry and contacts. Hey, I'm running a match. Would you please support my match? It's hat in hand, asking for free stuff. And that's what sponsors do. They reach into their pocket off their bottom line, their profit, and they give to these events knowing that their ROI or return on investment is very little. There's not some magic formula like if I donate $100 worth of stuff, I'm going to get $1,000 worth of sales out of it. In fact, I would argue it's very much the other way. If they donate $1,000 worth of stuff, they may get $100 worth of sales out of it. I'm not a marketing expert. That's just kind of what I see and my feeling being in this game for a little while now. So these sponsors are doing it out of the goodness of their heart. It's their philanthropy or philanthropy or whatever, however the hell you pronounce that word. I'm not a grammarist. So moving on, when these sponsors give this stuff, I think that there's this perception that these are like Fortune 500 companies giving, a $3,000 scope away. Like Apple is not going to flinch about giving a computer away. But a lot of the companies that exist in this game, and I would argue most of the companies that exist in this game, are small mom and pop companies. For an example, a company that I've seen give multiple rifles away at multiple matches this year is, say, Priest Precision. I know Garrett is a one-man show. Anything that he is giving is coming right off his bottom line. And that's what he chooses to do for whatever his reasons are. I don't really think that if that is your marketing campaign, is to give stuff away, I don't know if that's the best business strategy out there. It might be. I don't know. Again, I'm not a business major. I don't own my own business. But I have to believe that this is coming right off their bottom line. This is how they feed their families. And when they give stuff away, it's coming right off of that budget. And I said all that to say this, like, these companies that give stuff, just freely when match directors reach out, or, sometimes they'll even like, hey, that match is awesome. I want to be associated with that match. Here's some free stuff. And I promise you guys, even if they get like sponsor slots to the match, what they give is always more than what they get. Like if Lone Peak Arms, who makes fantastic actions, donates an action, that's right out of their bottom line. And that's a two-person company. Another, Tate Streeter at Impact. I've seen many, many certificates and actions and rifles that have been donated by him as well. And, this is one of his gigs. This is how he generates his income. This is part of how he feeds his family. And I don't think that we as an industry are doing enough to appreciate that. I think there's an attitude of like, I traveled and I spent some money to shoot this match, and whatever on the prize table is mine, and I've earned it, and we take it that way. I mean, yeah, everything you just said is technically true. But if we want these sponsors to continue to support us, we need to show some appreciation. There's a couple ways we can do that. The best way is by purchasing their products. So I know my personal philosophy and Keely's personal philosophy is, if Company A and Company B make similar products and I see Company A on the prize table, that's who's getting my money. Even if their product costs a little bit more, that's who I'm going to spend my money with. It's just my way of supporting the guys that support the community. I think that the easiest way, and the one that has the most impact, is also sadly the one we do the least. A few years back, I went to my first match down at Rifles Only. Jacob Bynum does a good job with that match. He's one of the oldest match directors in the country. I didn't say that to call you old, Jacob. It's just you've been doing it for a really long time. And I'm not saying you're not old either, just putting that out there. But anyway, I want to get back on track. So Jacob does a fantastic job of really stressing to all the shooters to say thank you. And everybody that registers in their email after the match receives a list of all the contacts and all the contact info of every sponsor that donated to their match. And I've noticed like other match directors are starting to do this too. Like Jake Vibert did it for the MDT match. And Keely and I, when we first saw this, were like, man, what a great idea. That's super easy. We're on the plane ride home, just banging out emails. Hey, thanks for supporting the match. We had a really great time. We appreciate you giving to the community. Hit send. It's so minimal effort. And then we were really shocked at how quickly and how many emails we got back. Thank you for saying thank you. Nobody ever says thank you. Nobody is appreciative of us giving this stuff. It means so much to us when you reach out to say thank you. And that hurts my heart. I am in this game. The reason I spend so much of my time, effort, and money to compete and play this game. Yes, I love competing. Yes, I love shooting long range and making steel ring very far away. But I love the people in this community. I've always viewed it as our single best commodity is our people. And it really pains me that this community that I think so highly of is not doing the very basic task of saying thank you to the sponsors that give and support us. I know that it feels great when you shoot well to go up there and to get something off that prize table that you really wanted or you need, or even if it's just something to show to your buddy or on social media to say, like, look, I won this. Like, that feels fantastic. I think that the least we could do is make the sponsors feel good for doing it by just saying thank you. When you see these people at matches, when you see their product on the table, take the time to thank you, to thank them. It's like the simplest thing we could do, and I feel like we don't do enough of it. I don't want to sound like I'm preaching to y'all. I'm not a perfect person. I know that I have definitely messed that up, and I've taken stuff off the prize table and not said thank you. I mean, in full disclosure, I've definitely taken stuff off the prize table and ended up selling it later. It's not something I do much anymore, or at all, really, but it's just, I think that we need to stop telling other people how to live, which is ironic because I just spent an entire video telling you guys you should say thank you more, but I do believe that. Anyway, so guys, I don't want to end on a bad note. I don't know how to close up this video. This is just my rambling thoughts, and I'm sorry if it's gone too long, but I felt the need to get this out there, to get this off my chest. I feel like, I have a small platform to put information out in this community, and I would feel bad if I didn't use that to try and do some good. So guys, if you like what you see, make sure you comment, hit the subscribe button, like and share. It really helps us out when you guys subscribe and share the videos. I'm looking forward to your comments. Even if you think I'm completely full of shit, which is totally okay, hit me up in the comments. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how the community feels, so that maybe if I'm wrong, I can get a better understanding of why I'm wrong, so that I understand what's going on out there. But I wanted to get this video out there. I wanted to get us talking about it, and I really appreciate you guys. If you've taken the time to follow along this long and to listen to my rambling thoughts, I appreciate it. Guys, we'll see you out there real soon, and have a good one.